The arena was larger than any city on Earth. Silver towers rose into the dark purple sky, and bright lights circled above like silent stars. Thousands of alien ships floated in the air, watching, recording, waiting. In the center of the arena stood one human girl, alone. Her name was Aria Kane. Her armor was broken, scratched, and stained with blood. Heavy chains locked around her wrists and ankles, glowing with alien energy. A giant screen burned above her head with cold white letters. Earth's greatest mistake. The crowd laughed. The sound rolled across the arena like thunder. Different alien species filled the seats, tall armored warriors, thin gray scholars, creatures with burning red eyes. They had come to see a failure die. They had come to see proof that humans were weak. Aria did not look at them. She kept her eyes on the metal floor beneath her feet. She could hear her own breathing, slow but heavy. Today was her execution day. 3 cycles ago, Earth had tried to enter the Galactic Defense Trials. Every advanced species sent their strongest champion. Earth sent her. But she had lost. She had fallen in the first round against the alien war champion known as Varkul the Unbroken. The galaxy mocked humanity after that defeat. They said humans were brave but foolish. They said Earth tried to copy alien power and failed. The Galactic Council made their decision quickly. To maintain honor, the defeated human prototype would be executed publicly. It was not just a punishment. It was a message. Suddenly, the massive arena doors opened. The ground shook with each heavy step. Varkul entered. He was twice her height, covered in black armor made from the shells of dead star beasts. A glowing spear rested in his hand, crackling with energy. He had never lost a battle in 300 fights. The crowd roared his name. Aria slowly lifted her head. Her face was calm, but her eyes were tired. She knew she could not win in her current state. Her body ached from old injuries. Her training had been incomplete. Even Earth Command had called her unstable. Some had called her a mistake. A small drone floated down between her and Varkul, projecting the face of the council speaker. Human prototype Aria Kane. The voice echoed, cold and sharp. You were created to prove Earth's strength. You have proven only weakness. You will now be erased. The chains around her wrists tightened. Varkul stepped closer, lifting his spear. The metal tip pointed directly at her chest. For a moment, everything became quiet. Even the crowd grew still. Aria closed her eyes. She thought of Earth, blue oceans, green forests, open skies. She wondered if anyone there was watching. She wondered if anyone cared. Varkul pulled back his spear, preparing the final strike. And then, a sharp sound cut through the air. It was not loud, but it was fast. A thin silver arrow hissed past Aria's ear, so close she felt the wind of it brush her skin. The next second felt unreal. Varkul froze. His glowing spear slipped from his hand. The crowd gasped. A small dark hole appeared in the center of his armor. Smoke rose from it. The giant champion swayed once. Then he crashed to the arena floor, lifeless. Silence swallowed the arena. Millions of eyes stared in shock. Aria slowly opened her eyes. Her heart pounded in her chest. She had not moved. She had not fought. Someone else had taken the shot. High above, hidden among the watching ships, a faint glimmer of human steel reflected the arena lights. The execution had turned into something else. The word mistake still burned on the screen above her. But now the galaxy was no longer laughing. Now they were afraid. And Aria realized one terrifying truth. This was never meant to be her death. It was the beginning. The arena was no longer filled with laughter. Now it was filled with fear. Varkul the Unbroken lay dead on the cold metal floor. Smoke still rising from the small hole in his chest. The giant screen above Aria still showed the word mistake. But no one was smiling anymore. Alien guards rushed into the arena. Heavy boots slammed against the ground. Energy rifles were raised. The crowd began to panic. Some ships in the sky moved back, trying to escape. Aria remained on her knees, chains still glowing around her wrists. Her heart beat faster now. Not because of fear, but because she understood something important. That arrow was not random. It was not luck. It was planned. High above the arena, hidden in the shadow of a trade ship, a human sniper lowered his weapon. His voice moved quietly through a secure channel. Signal delivered. Far away, on the edge of the solar system, a small human command ship waited in silence. Inside that ship, officers watched the arena through secret feeds. One woman stood in front of the main screen, her hands behind her back. General Mara Ilian of Earth Command did not look worried. She looked calm. "Phase 1 complete," she said softly. Back in the arena, the council speaker's face appeared again through the floating drone. "This is an act of war," the speaker shouted. "Humans will be erased for this insult." But something strange was happening. The chains around Arya's wrists flickered. The alien energy inside them began to weaken. She looked down slowly. A small light blinked under her skin near her wrist. A hidden device. Long ago, during her creation, Earth scientists had placed more than muscle and bone inside her body. They had built layers of systems. Some active, some sleeping. Arya was not a normal soldier. She was part of a secret program called Genesis Rebirth. The public only knew that Earth tried to build a stronger fighter, but they did not know the full truth. Arya was designed to learn through failure. Every injury, every defeat, every moment of pain was recorded by her internal system. Her body studied weakness. It waited. It adapted slowly. But there was one final lock placed inside her system. It could only be opened by an external signal. A coded strike. An impact strong enough and precise enough to activate her final stage. The arrow was never meant to kill Varkul alone. It carried a pulse. A hidden command built by Earth engineers. When it passed near her body, it triggered the sleeping system inside her. Now that system was waking up. The guards aimed their rifles at her. "Fire!" one of them shouted. Blue energy blasts shot across the arena. They struck her body. Smoke covered her form. The crowd gasped again. When the smoke cleared, she was still kneeling. But something had changed. The chains around her wrists cracked. Small lines of light moved under her skin like glowing veins. Her breathing became steady, calm. The giant screen above her flickered. The word mistake glitched for a second. Inside the human command ship, General Mara watched carefully. "She is stabilizing," an officer said. "Power levels rising," another whispered. Back in the arena, Arya slowly lifted her head. Her tired eyes now looked sharper, clearer. The fear was gone. One alien guard stepped closer, confused. "You were supposed to be weak," he said. Arya did not answer. She could feel something new inside her. Not anger, not rage, but clarity. The truth was simple. She was never Earth's greatest mistake. She was Earth's greatest secret. And the galaxy had just pulled the trigger that unlocked her. The alien guards did not understand what was happening. They only saw a human still alive when she should have been ash. "Fire again!" the captain shouted. More blue energy blasts struck Arya's body. The light swallowed her form. The heat cracked the metal floor under her knees. The crowd watched in silence, waiting for her to fall. But this time, something different happened. The energy did not burn her. It bent around her, like water flowing around a stone. When the light faded, she was standing. The chains around her wrists shattered and fell to the ground. Small pieces of glowing metal rolled across the arena floor. A low sound filled the air. Not from the crowd. Not from the guards. It came from her. A steady pulse. Her eyes slowly changed color. From soft brown to bright silver. Lines of light moved across her skin, forming patterns like living circuits. The alien guards stepped back. One of them fired again in panic. Arya moved. Not fast like before. Not wild. But calm and exact. She turned slightly. The blast missed her by inches. She reached out and caught the guard's weapon with one hand. The metal crushed under her grip like paper. The guard froze in shock. She pushed him back gently. Not killing him. Just removing him from the fight. High above, alarms echoed through the arena towers. The Galactic Council members stood from their seats. "This is impossible," one of them whispered. "She failed every strength test," another said. "Yes," the council speaker replied slowly. "But what if failure was the test?" Inside Arya's mind, systems were coming online. Data from every past battle moved through her thoughts. Every hit she had taken. Every weakness she had shown. Now corrected. Now improved. Her body adjusted in real time. Muscle fibers strengthened. Reflex speed increased. Pain signals reduced. She looked at Varkul's massive body on the floor. She understood now. The arrow had not just killed the champion. It had carried a coded pulse. A key. When it passed near her, it unlocked her final design. She was built to lose first. To make the galaxy believe she was weak. To make the council careless. The alien captain roared in anger and charged at her with an energy blade. The blade burned bright red. He swung with full force. Arya stepped forward instead of back. She caught his arm mid-strike. The ground cracked beneath their feet. For a second, they stood frozen, strength against strength. Then she twisted gently. The blade fell from his hand. She pushed him to the ground. Again, she did not kill. She simply ended the threat. The crowd was no longer laughing. Now they were afraid. Ships in the sky began to move away from the arena. Emergency sirens echoed across the city. The giant screen above flickered again. The word mistake glitched and disappeared for a moment, replacing itself with strange symbols. On the human command ship, officers watched carefully. "Full activation confirmed," one of them said. General Mara nodded slowly. "Now the galaxy will see," she whispered. Back in the arena, Arya stood alone in the center. No chains. No fear. No confusion. Alien soldiers formed a circle around her, unsure whether to attack or retreat. She looked at them calmly. Her voice was steady when she finally spoke. "I am not your mistake," she said. The words echoed across the silent arena. "I am your warning." And for the first time, the galaxy understood. Earth had never sent a failure. Earth had sent a lesson. The arena was no longer a place of entertainment. It had become a battlefield. Alien soldiers surrounded Arya from every side. Heavy armored units landed from the sky. Energy cannons powered up along the arena walls. The Galactic Council watched from their high tower. Fear was clear on their faces now. "End this now," the council speaker ordered. "Destroy her." Above the planet, space itself began to change. Small flashes of light appeared in the dark. One flash became 10. 10 became 50. Human ships dropped out of warp. They did not fire. They did not attack. They simply formed a silent wall in space. Inside the arena, the alien commander raised his hand. "Open fire," he shouted. Cannons roared. Blasts of blue and red energy rushed toward Arya at once. The ground exploded around her. Smoke and fire filled the center of the arena. The crowd screamed and tried to escape. For a few seconds, nothing could be seen. Then a strong wave pushed the smoke away. Arya was still standing. Her silver eyes glowed brighter now. A faint shield of light surrounded her body. She stepped forward slowly. Each step calm, controlled, powerful. An armored alien elite charged at her with twin blades. She moved like flowing water. She blocked one blade with her forearm shield, turned her body, and gently struck his armor at a weak point. The armor shut down instantly. The warrior fell unconscious. Another soldier attacked from behind. Without even turning fully, she caught his strike and threw him across the arena floor. She was not fighting with anger. She was fighting with precision. High above, the human fleet sent a message directly to the council tower. The screen inside the chamber lit up. General Mara appeared. Her voice was calm and steady. "You judged Earth too early," she said. "You saw one defeat and called it weakness. You demanded a public execution. So we gave you a public lesson. The council speaker's hands shook. You planned this, he said quietly. Yes, General Mara answered. You wanted to test humanity. We allowed you to believe you were winning. Back in the arena, chaos spread into the city beyond. But something unexpected happened. A damaged transport ship fell from the sky toward the lower stands. Inside were alien civilians. Families. Children. Arya saw it. Without hesitation, she leaped high into the air. Her body moved faster than before. She reached the falling ship, placed both hands under its burning hull, and slowed its fall. The crowd below stared in shock. She gently lowered the ship to the ground. The civilians inside were safe. Even the alien soldiers paused, confused. She is protecting them, one guard whispered. On the council tower screen, silence filled the room. General Mara spoke again. Humans do not fight to destroy. We fight to protect. Arya returned to the center of the arena. More soldiers stood ready, but their confidence was gone. She looked up at the council tower, her silver eyes steady and clear. The message was simple. Earth did not send a monster. Earth sent control, patience, and strength. The galaxy had tried to shame humanity, but now the galaxy was learning something new. Humans were not the weakest species. They were the most patient. And patience, when tested too far, becomes unstoppable. The arena was broken. Smoke rose into the dark sky. Alien soldiers no longer rushed forward. They stood frozen, unsure of what to do. Above the city, the human fleet held position in complete silence. They still had not fired a single shot. Inside the council tower, panic spread. This cannot continue, one member said. If humanity takes control today, our power is finished, another whispered. The council speaker made a final decision. He turned toward a hidden control panel behind the chamber wall. Under a glass cover was a red command core, a planet killer weapon, built only for emergencies. If activated, it would destroy the entire city below, including Arya, including millions of civilians. If we cannot rule through fear, the speaker said coldly, then we will rule through ashes. He reached for the activation code. At that same moment, Arya looked up toward the tower. Her internal systems detected a massive energy spike. A weapon powering up. Without hesitation, she moved. The ground cracked beneath her feet as she launched upward. She leaped from tower to tower. Her movements fast but controlled. Guards tried to block her path. She disabled them without killing. Each strike precise. Each step focused. Within seconds, she reached the council chamber doors. They were sealed with heavy alloy and energy locks. She placed her glowing hand against the metal. Her system analyzed the structure. Weak points appeared in her vision. With one powerful strike, the doors exploded inward. The council members stepped back in fear. The speaker stood near the glowing red core. "You are too late," he said. He called her the word again. Mistake. Arya walked forward slowly, her silver eyes calm. "No," she said softly. "I was your warning." The speaker tried to press the final command, but she moved faster. She caught his wrist before he could touch the panel. The room fell silent. She looked at the red core, then at the frightened council members. "If you destroy this city," she said, "you prove that you were never strong. You were only afraid." With controlled force, she disabled the core. The red light faded. The weapon shut down. Across the planet, alarms stopped. In space, the human fleet remained still, waiting. General Mara's image appeared once more in the chamber. "This war ends now," she said. "Not with destruction, but with choice. We offer alliance. Respect Earth, and Earth will stand with you." The council members looked at each other. They had seen her power, but they had also seen her mercy. Slowly, the speaker lowered his head. "The council accepts," he said quietly. Back in the arena, the giant screen flickered one last time. The word mistake disappeared forever. A new word appeared in bright white light. Evolution. The crowd watched in silence. Not with laughter. Not with fear alone. But with respect. Arya stood at the edge of the tower, looking over the city she could have destroyed but chose to save. The galaxy would never forget this day. They laughed at Earth's greatest mistake. But that so-called mistake changed the fate of the galaxy forever.